coming up on At Your Leisure.
Hi, I'm Chad Booth with the Tri-State ATV Club, and we are going to show you the Iditarod Utah style.
This is Doug Jessup. In this episode of Jessup's Journeys, we're visiting with Devin Chavez with the Utah Division of State Parks.
And I'm Will Oxley. Have you ever wondered how the Utah Avalanche Center makes forecasts and predictions? Stay tuned to find out.
Absolutely nothing like red and white together when you're out on the trail, particularly when you're in a foot of snow while you're driving around. Hi everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth. Rhea is at home babysitting the cat who just got some leg surgery done, and so I'm running solo with the Tri-State ATV Club at their annual Tri-State ATV Jamboree, and we are on the famed Barracks Trail. And as many times as I've been here, I've never seen it look like this.
We had some real hard things coming down the pike to get it put on. We were kind of right at the last day to make the decision to actually have it. We're grateful that the Hurricane Valley Tourism Alliance stepped up and provided some help with things that were getting a little bit over what we really wanted to do. So we were able to have it earlier, which is nice. This year we had snow the first day and perfect weather the second day, and I'm hoping perfect weather today. So that's good. There's still a lot of snow most other places. The other thing that I really like about the Tri-State is we have a lot of diversity. We can get you up in the mountains, we can get you out on the desert, you can go out on the slick rock, out on the sand, so there's a lot of places that you can go.
Dale Grange and I had spent time up in Richfield at the Jamboree up there, and we got thinking we can do that in Hurricane. One thing led to another. We got a club formed, and then shortly after that we got the Jamboree put together. And the first Jamboree was up by the Lions Club, and we had 87 participants. We thought we were being pretty successful for the first year. Of course, we didn't know any better. We thought 87 was a lot. 20 years since then, and I think we've accomplished a lot. We got our name out there. People recognize us. This Jamboree's been a very successful thing. 3 years ago or so, we had over 900 people down here at this Jamboree. This year, we decided that we'd cap it at 5.
Between that, getting a late start, we knew we wanted to downsize a little bit, and the Mother Nature, she's always in charge, and so this year she's kind of telling us how we're going to make some changes as we go along. My guess is that they're going to remember the snow. That's what they're going to talk about. So everybody needs to go home with some good stories.
I know from experience this is one of the easier parts of the trail, but there are some really challenging parts ahead. And with all this snow and icy conditions, not sure what that's going to mean. Anyway, our stress level is going to go up. Why don't you relax first, go to our first story, and we'll be back for the big stuff.
This is Doug Jessup. In this episode of Jessup's Journeys, we're visiting with Devin Chavez with the Utah Division of State Parks. So Devin, there are how many state parks now in Utah?
46.
46, wow. Okay, now we're gonna go to the top 5, okay? So everybody out there, get a piece of paper, see how many of these parks you have been to. So the number 5 is kind of a party place, I guess you'd kind of say. So what's the top 5 visited state park in Utah?
Coming in at number 5 is Jordanelle State Park.
Okay, why do you think it's so popular?
The absolute just blue waters, the way you can get away on a hot day, go paddle, fish, powerboat, hang out with the family or friends, or just get away for yourself, right pretty close to the Wasatch Front and back. Can't ask for a better place.
Perfect. Okay, number 4. Now, I personally don't think there's a heck of a lot of snow there, but there's a beautiful canyon down south called
Snow Canyon State Park. Not a lot of snow, couple times a year, maybe if we're lucky, named after the person, not the weather pattern.
Oh, okay, I never knew that. Well, it's beautiful structures. I mean, it's incredible down there. The views are insane. Okay, now every time I go to work, I see this island, okay? Now, I don't know if there's a heck of a lot of antelope out there, but I've seen some bison. What is the number 3, yes, hint, hint, okay, number 3 most visited state park?
Antelope Island State Park.
Okay, totally serious. Are there antelope out there?
Yes, there are, but it's most well known, as you said, for the bison. Around October every year, we have about 750 when we have the big Antelope Island Bison Roundup. Come check it out. So 750 bison, anywhere from there to 500, a lot to check out.
Okay, now this next one has an unfortunate name, but it's apparently the number 2 visited state park, and apparently, I did not know, but it's got this weird little connection to the Grand Canyon.
Dead Horse Point State Park coming in at number 2. Connection to the Grand Canyon is oftentimes when you're walking around the mall, you'll see a calendar. It'll say Grand Canyon, USA. It's actually a picture of Dead Horse Point State Park.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, and the number one visited state park in Utah this year?
3rd year in a row, coming in first place, Sand Hollow State Park, down in between St. George and Washington Hurricane.
Now. So now that's got the boating and the ATV.
Yep, ATV connection. Big events go on out there. The last 2 Ironman championships were held out there. Anyone wanting to boat, OHV, hang out with family for a family reunion, just get away. That seems to be the place 3 years in a row now.
Okay, and I'm going to put you on the spot. What is the website for the Utah Division of State Parks?
Stateparks.utah.gov, sir.
With another entry into Jessup's Journeys, people, places, and things you might not know about with Devin Chavez, I'm Doug Jessup for At Your Leisure. We'll be right back.
Where do you start your day when there are endless opportunities to explore? In Richfield, we'll set you on the right track with the Paiute ATV Trail right on our doorstep. Head into the Tusher Mountains and taste the crisp mountain air. Explore desert landscapes that echo voices from the past. Richfield, the heart of Utah Trail Country.
Wondering where your next OHV adventure will take you? Outsiders Utah has your answer with downloadable GPS routes, ride times, distance, local amenities, and other details. 360 street views of the trails that let you explore before you go, and more. Eliminate the guesswork and uncertainty and find a trail you'll love. Visit outsidersutah.com and see the trail before you ride the trail.
Locally owned Stedman's Recreation has been serving Utah for over 50 years. The owners, Russ, Dave, and Kirk, live and ride here. Stedman's Recreation supports the community, sponsoring schools, Utah state parks, and Utah trail systems. Looking for a new side-by-side, ATV, or dirt bike? Your wait is over. Inventory is in stock. Let Stedman's help you get outside so you can create memories that last a lifetime. Yamaha, Honda, Polaris, Argo, KO, and Beta.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You might think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
You know, I bet you never thought you'd see a traffic jam out in the Red Rock. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are traveling today with the Tri-State ATV Club at their Jamboree on the Barracks Trail. And while normally this isn't that tough of a trail, with the snow and ice, the off-cambery parts become a little more off-cambery and a little slipperier. So it's making for a little bit of a challenging ride today.
Oh, this is a little more tricky than we're used to on this particular trail. This trail's fun. It's a fast trail. Today's been a lot slower because we got, you know, and it's slippery. There's some places it's been pretty icy and a little nuts. So it's fun though. I mean, it just is a whole different trail. It's like riding something new. No, I don't know that we've ever had to rescue anybody on this trail before. This makes it challenging, makes it exciting. You know, we're getting a little wet today.
One little tidbit, when you're driving in the snow like this, everybody stays focused to the snow and the mud, ice and water on the trail. But what they miss is in some of these narrow routes is the snow on the trees, because the cedars push right down, and you might be driving along watching the trail and you're going to get a big face full of snow when it hits the side of your machine.
Today's trail is normally an intermediate trail. With the weather conditions today, it is a very advanced trail. Normally this is a nice leisurely ride, nice sandy trails. This is my favorite time of the year usually, but Mother Nature is not cooperating this year. You can ride here in southern Utah year-round, you just got to be dedicated. We do have 4 seasons here. The washouts that are underneath the snow that we don't see, you come back in 2 weeks and you'll be like, wow, we went across that. Because it's all filled in with snow right now.
That's what's fun about southern Utah. You know, we hit a trail one time and the next time it's totally different. You never know what you're gonna get. I love everything in the snow. The snow is beautiful, but our red rocks are amazing. Todd calls it frosting. It just makes more depth to our terrain. It makes it so much prettier. So it's a lot of fun to see the snow on the red rocks and on the trees.
Everybody always talks about the good old days when the grass was greener, the air was clearer, and adventure could be found in any direction. Well, the good old days are still here. You just need to know where to look. In Aurora, Utah, you can find everything you want out of life. Limitless OHV access, views that ignite the imagination, and destinations that remind you how the good old days are closer than you thought. Aurora, Utah, where the good old days are brand new.
Unexplored. Does it mean riding the same trails as everyone else? Fishing the same lakes? Stopping at the same views? No. Unexplored is so much more. To find it, you need to get off the beaten path. In the northeast corner of Utah, you and your family can still find a land that's unexplored. The shores of Flaming Gorge are only the beginning of a family adventure in Daggett County. Daggett County, Utah. It's what you find at the end of your adventure.
Join us on AYL 24/7 with early access to commercial-free episodes, detailed trip itineraries, a look behind the scenes, group discussions and forums, profile and account customization, individual segments, and a nostalgic trip to classic episodes. We want our viewers to get the show they want to see when they want to see it. It's all the viewing you've grown to love and more. Sign up now at AYLTV.com.
Well, that last section was a little bit messy. Here's proof of performance. We made it through. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're out with the Tri-State ATV Club on their annual Jamboree, and we've been kind of putting it through the paces. And I came out fairly unscathed from this, but that's because we've just got a brand new Steadman machine for this year. And it's an RMAX 1000 from Yamaha, and I've been pretty impressed with it so far. You know, way more than I expected it to be. So anyway, the proof that I was able to do that is I was able to keep right up with the leader, and I don't usually do that.
Only because I was waiting for you.
Aha, okay, the truth comes out. Anyway, right now we want to find out a little bit about the history of this club, how long it's been around, and why it is an anchor in the Jamboree world in Utah.
Gosh, being a member's been a lot of fun. Todd and I have met a lot of neat people. We have made a lot of really good friends, so it's been a lot of fun being in the group. So
I would recommend joining a club and going out with people. You never want to be out here alone. Other club members can always show you the secret stuff, the points of interest that you will never find on your own. The club is at least 18 to 20 years old. We've got members all over the country. I had a guide come from Minnesota and actually guide rides for us last year. I've met a lot of good friends. Pretty much all of our friends have come from the Tri-State ATV Club now. We go out every single weekend.
Oh, these guys are some tough guys, let me tell you. I mean, we've been riding, we've been doing a couple new trails this year with a couple of them, and man, they outdo us. You know, we got some 80-year-olds that are running out there that, you know, us 50-year-olds can't keep up with. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we got some really, really neat people in our club, and they really have a lot of history, and it's just amazing how much they know. So
you always have the problems of getting enough help within the club. One of the really big headwinds that we've had the last few years, though, is just in permitting, the number of stipulations and requirements, and just the ease of navigating the bureaucracies. It's really gotten to be a challenge. We welcome everybody that has a love for getting out in the outdoors. So our club's fairly diverse, and everybody goes out and has a good time.
Well, you know, traveling with a club in an organized ride with a lot of helping hands is really good on a ride like today. We are going to take off right now to our second story of the show. Hopefully it's a little drier than this, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
This season, Utah has seen nearly double the average amount of snowfall around the state. This makes it especially important to pay attention and keep up to date on the risks of avalanches, no matter which activity gets you out in the snow.
I've been in the snow and avalanche business for 3.5 decades. I've been blessed to work with the Avalanche Center for almost a quarter of a century. I'm a skier, I'm a snowmobiler, I'm a lover of all things snow. So the Utah Avalanche Center has been around for over 4 decades, and the importance of this organization lies in our messaging, because what we know as forecasters as well as users is that our forecasts, at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, and in the middle of the day, help to save lives. Because this is a very complex medium. I mean, to me, all of this looks white. So how can one slope be dangerous and we'll need to avoid it, and another slope be good to go? And so what I try to do as a forecaster is dive deep into the medium, understand it, but then take this very complex medium and help to distill it and give people the information that they need so that they can go out and recreate safely and enjoy the greatest snow on earth. All of the water that we've been receiving, especially during the dense, heavy storms that slammed the state in late December, early January, that helped us build a nice, deep, homogeneous snowpack. The beauty about a snowpack like this is most of our instabilities are going to fall somewhere in between this old snow surface and the snow that we stack on top. The good news is that's pretty straightforward, that's pretty predictable. Now, kind of the in-between news is that with more snow, there's more frequency of avalanche occurrence.
Creating avalanche forecasts is just as much science as it is an art. It involves a lot of moving pieces in order to make accurate predictions.
So the day before I issue my avalanche forecast, I'm out on the snow. I'm looking at the layering, I'm looking at what we call the stratigraphy, looking for those strong layers, those weak layers. And what I do is take all of that information, and then the following day, of course, I'm up at dark 30. I'm looking at weather, what my winds are going to be, temperatures, perhaps some snowfall, all of those factors that are going to affect the avalanche danger. Taking all of that information, correlating that with what I'm seeing in the morning, and that's how we put all of the information together to issue our avalanche forecasts. It's a lot of local knowledge, it's a lot of gut feeling, tons of institutional knowledge, and then we integrate computers, we integrate remote weather stations, and also we've got lots of observers as well as professional partners in the field that help give us information. At the end of the day, not only are we forecasters, but we're users of this product as well. We're digging snow profiles, we're tweaking snow and testing snow. We're doing all the heavy lifting, so all you need to do is click on UtahAvalancheCenter.org and we've got your back. And so when I started in this business, we recorded things on a phone line, and that's how everybody got their information. And then it was amazing to see a website develop. So the beauty of the forecast is going to give me specific avalanche information about the kinds of terrain that I should be avoiding for the day, also the kind of terrain that I can get out and ride. I'm in the Salt Lake area mountains today, and I just click on that. I've got a yellow light, I've got a moderate avalanche danger, and everything is easily spelled out for me here. No matter how we recreate on the snow, we need to be armed with the latest avalanche forecast for the zone that we plan to travel in. All of us at the Utah Avalanche Center are passionate about what we do. We're lovers of the snow, we're lovers of winter recreation, and we also know that our messaging helps to save lives, and that's where the rubber hits the road.
What would your perfect day in Green River look like? You'd probably start with a few good friends and a hearty breakfast. From there, you'd hit the trails along the Green River and find things you never expected. Your OHVs would take you to places both striking and serene. You'd end at Ray's for a burger and good conversation, letting the memories grow long into the night. Green River, Utah. Ride your perfect today.
At Your Leisure has a long-standing reputation and a large, loyal audience of adventurers in the outdoors. Although we're excited to continue to grow and enjoy the shared success of our longtime sponsors, we have space for more. And if you have a brand that would benefit from the 2 decades of goodwill that we've built, contact us at AYLTV.com and let us amplify your voice above the competition.
When you're ready for adventure, fuel your machine with Clear 91. Fuel for performance, fuel for adventure, and fuel for the long haul. Ethanol-free, 91 octane. Fill up with Clear 91. Only available at Eagles Landing. With you for the long haul.
Sometimes to recharge, you need to unplug. In Tikaboo, Utah, you'll find a landscape that will give you more energy than you ever thought possible. Escape the heat in the Henry Mountains, where history, off-road adventure, and bison herds meet. It's time to unplug and recharge. Tikaboo, Utah.
Well, that's a sight to soak in. Remember it, because you're not going to see it again for years. Maybe. I don't know. We could be in for a 40-year wet spell. Anyway, welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are out on the Barracks Trail with the Tri-State OHV Jamboree. We've had so much fun today. We've learned so much today. We've certainly got to ride on terrain I never expected to see, and we have a lot more ahead. Let's start with a look at next week's show.
Next week, we're joining up with Casey Lofthouse from Casey's Off-Road Recovery, who is showing us a different kind of off-road journey that is sure to give you all the feel of the Old West. Then, Brett Pennefather is helping us scratch that off-road itch as he teams up for an early ride with UTV Utah at the annual Watermelon Crawl in Green River. We're headed up Eagles Canyon. And finally, Reese and Marianne Steiner showing off a hiking trail that takes you back in time through the first gateway to the West as they hike through the Appalachian Mountains. Now, let's check out our calendar of events. First up, Jamboree season continues as the Kanab Red Rock ATV Jamboree is going down April 26th through the 29th. So be sure to register for that so you can enjoy endless riding opportunities on the great Montezuma Trail system. Then, May 11th through the 13th is the Side-by-Side Adventure Rally on the Rocks, which is a fantastic, family-friendly 3-day event that features guided trails and some great rock crawling and scenery in and around Sand Hollow. Finally, May 16th through the 19th, come to Beaver for one of the most popular events, the Beaver Trails ATV Jamboree. Bring the family and enjoy a week of fun with the fantastic trails in Beaver County.
Well, we have had a great day today out here with the Tri-State ATV Club on the Barracks Trail, and boy, it's been an experience. This will be one for the memory books, the muddy memory books. Thanks, Todd. Thank you. You guys have been just great guides.
You're very welcome.
And I understand you have a Jeep, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's an adventure for another day. Anyway, we can't stay long because when we pulled up here, this road was dry. 5 minutes later, it's got a river running through it now, and we don't want to tarry here. This might be harder than the snow and ice we were dealing with this morning. So, boy, we've come full circle here, haven't we?
We have.
All right, well, this proves to you there is adventure around every bend, sometimes unexpected. You just got to get out there and create your own adventure at your leisure. All right, who's got the oars?